Ubisoft's upcoming take on the strategy genre is a somewhat unique one. Called Champions of Anteria, the game has both elements of turn-based city building and real-time MOBA combat, with fights played out by controlling 3 unique heroes at once. The game is medieval fantasy themed, with the usual swords, magic and castles setting the scene, but Anteria doesn't take itself too seriously. The narrator of the story is quick to make light-hearted jokes whenever he can, and they set the game's tone, even if they are a little bit lame. Combat is the main focus in Anteria. The game's beginning placed me in control of 3 heroes in an adventure gameplay mode, which puts you in an objective-based fight on a top-down map. Objectives go between claim X number of outposts, kill X number of enemies, and defeat boss. I could move the heroes as a group and micromanage each of their individual skills. The main feature of Anteria's combat system is the elemental wheel, which has 5 elements that interact in a sort of rock, scissors, paper type relationship. So water beats fire, fire beats metal, metal beats nature, nature beats lightning, and lightning beats water. Everything else in between just does normal damage. For example, metal element moves inflict 100% of damage to water. Each hero has skills that can be cast using the Q, W, E or R keys, and you choose which 3 heroes you want to bring into battle with you. When you're controlling all 3 heroes at once, coordinating attacks requires a bit of micromanagement, but skills aren't particularly different between heroes. Thankfully, Anteria lets you pause at any time during battle, and it will also automatically pause as soon as you've triggered any fight to let you know that you're entering combat. I found that the game's unit pathfinding would often be a source of frustration. Heroes would run around or glitch in their movement in strange and baffling ways, like running around in longer ways than necessary or running into each other. More than once, I had to manually redirect a unit's movement to stop it running around like a headless chicken. It's not necessary to fight every enemy on the map, and there are times when avoiding enemies was crucial. This is because heroes don't have any natural health regen, and you're forced to rely on bringing potions in to heal. This is where the resource management side of Champions of Anteria comes in, and where the game becomes turn-based. Essentially, you're given a village to manage and defend. Building a village isn't as freeform as, say, traditional RTS games, with Anteria instead restricting building placements to select sectors of land. Certain sectors give benefits to specific buildings that are placed on them, such as rivers granting 50% more production to water and lightning material. More importantly, buildings serve as a way to get resources that assist with your battle. Because I had to rely on potions to keep my team alive during missions, I had to restock them quite regularly. So when I was managing my village, I placed a building that would give me a water carrier who would help keep my water supplies topped up, and also placed an alchemy building that allowed me to brew more consumable potions to take with me into battle. Since the village screen is turn-based, the world only progressed once I clicked the button to finish my turn. This allowed for me to take time to make decisions regarding my village base. My base was made up of plots of land that each contained a specific number of sectors, and when I had filled those up with buildings, I needed to claim a new plot of land in order to expand. Expanding's done in the world map, which presented me with branching options for me to conquer. Ubisoft boasts about Anteria's non-linear path to victory, with multiple options to the end goal marked out on this screen. Each plot of land was marked out with the benefits they carried, with rewards ranging from the allegiance of a new hero to more gold. In my time playing the beta, I was reminded a bit of Warcraft, but Warcraft was powered by a rich and deep lore-heavy story with characters who I grew to love and actually cared about, something that Anteria doesn't quite have. Which means that Anteria has to rely on its mechanics, which aren't quite unique enough to get excited about and not enough to carry the game on their own. Having turn-based city management was a nice twist, but I'm curious if the full game will offer something a little more to draw me into a fantasy world that otherwise feels a bit tired and flat.